As much as I support this strike, of course I do. And what I will know about the RMT is this would have been their last resort. I'd been a firefighter for 12 years. I went on strike on a number of occasions. It was never something I ever wanted to do. I didn't join the fire service to go on strike. I joined the fire service to save lives. And of course, when you are on strike, you're not being paid. So I know that the RMT would have been around the negotiation table for years leading up to this. And we know that because this is the first national strike in over 30 years. So this is not a decision that they've taken lightly. It is going to upset many people. As you've said, there's some people who aren't going to be able to get to work. Children are going to not be able to get to school, etc. But at the same time, we need to remember that the RMT have tried everything they can to avoid this strike. They've tried to negotiate with the government. We've got 40,000 railway workers who, for years now, have been underpaid, who have been subjected to pay freezes, who now find themselves in the middle of a cost of living crisis, are also facing mass job losses. In London, they're facing threats to their pensions. But at the same time, what we see is these fat cat rail bosses who are raking in over £500 million profit per year. And that includes managers who decided it was a good idea to give themselves massive bonuses during a pandemic. All those RMT workers are asking is for some of that £500 million profit to be distributed to their members and for them to be given a decent wage.
Lauren, let's hear from you. Lauren Harkin, you're an employment lawyer. Back in the 70s, of course, there was widespread industrial action, including a lot of private sector workers as opposed to just public sector workers. A half of all the workforce in Britain was unionised then. Now it's around 26, 27%, and not so much in the private sector. How has trade union law changed since then? How has laws surrounding strike action changed since then? Do you think the law could stop us getting into another late 70s widespread industrial action type situation when, you know, tens of millions of days were lost in strike action?
I think the current strikes are not going to have as much sort of havoc as we have seen, you know, sort of 30, 40 years ago. And that is largely due to the fact that the laws relating to trade union activity are a lot sort of stricter than what they previously were. So as an example, they have to go through a collective bargaining process. They have to properly ballot all of their members before they can take any industrial action. So there are a lot of hurdles for trade unions to overcome before they can get to the point that they're at today, which is strike activity. The other thing which has already been highlighted is that trade union membership is significantly lower than what it has been in previous years.